Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank all the witnesses for being here. As a continuation of the confirmation process for Mr. Blanch, we are here to determine whether or not Mr. Blanch, who continues to be President Trump's lawyer and all that that implies, should be the Attorney General of the United States of America, who is supposed to be defending the Constitution, not the President. Ms. Bensky, thank you so much for being here and for all of the other Epstein victims. Mr. Blanch was asked whether he would meet with you, and because we knew that he had refused, basically, to meet with the victims of the Epstein crimes. And he offered, apparently, yesterday, and he made some excuses about it not being appropriate for him to meet with the victims directly. Why, I do not know.
Understand, yeah.
But he offered up a staff person, and I understand that a staff person from his office contacted you and others, and offered to meet with your counsel. Is that correct? Not with you directly.
I am not aware of a staffer reaching out. I can ask, but we have not heard from a staffer. No, we have not heard from a staffer in the last.
Okay, let's get that clarified. Did I misunderstand that? In fact, yesterday when he said, "I have a staff person here, and we can get this done today."
Yeah.
That they have not contacted you.
They have not contacted us, no.
He also said that it would not be appropriate for him to meet directly with you. So not only is his staff have they not contacted you, as he indicated yesterday, that this could all happen yesterday, he continues to make excuses, as far as I can tell, for not meeting with you, in spite of the fact that he met for hours with Ms. Maxwell. Why is it so important? Can you tell us once again, why is it so important for you and the other victims of Epstein's crimes to meet with Mr. Blanch personally?
Thank you for the question. I think that if a victim comes and reports a crime in the FBI, what is the first thing that they do? They follow up. Like Law & Order SVU taught me that when I was 15 years old. The DOJ has never followed up in 30 years with any of us. There is a lot in the files right now that you should be investigating and looking into. And to my knowledge, I mean, they can answer this too, but we have never been approached by anybody on the prosecutorial side of things. So I do think, like, sitting down, telling our stories, and explaining, like, the people that were in the room, right? We were witnesses of crimes. We had crimes committed to us directly. We do have a lot of information, and you would think that somebody would take that lead that's already in, like, we already went to the FBI because that we wouldn't have 302s if we hadn't have gone to the FBI. It's already there, right? So the following up of those 302s, and then once it's supposed to be handled by the Department of Justice, why aren't we hearing from prosecutors? This case was never handled correctly from the beginning.
And he also made some excuses as to why personal information was not redacted in exposing many of you, including you. And
I think something that stood out yesterday was that he had said that immediately when things were misredacted, that they were taken down and they fixed them, and within 24 hours they were put back up. That is entirely not true. There are still things that need to be redacted, and there's still survivor information in there even today, from my awareness. My information just came down in April, and that was after begging.
Would you say that Mr. Blanch exhibits a rather dismissive attitude toward all of you and the Epstein crimes?
1,000%, yes.
Thank you. Ms. Oyer, Trump's DOJ under Todd Blanche leadership has purged career prosecutors for personal reasons for refusing to prioritize President Trump's interests over their constitutional oath. Todd Blanche has fired more than 1,200 former career DOJ employees who worked for both Republican and Democratic administrations. This doesn't even include all of the DOJ attorneys who resigned because they didn't want to be part of the kind of DOJ that Todd Blanche is creating, which is basically not a Department of Justice, but a Department of Retribution and Corruption, in my view. Ms. Oyer, what risks does this pose to our country for the kind of DOJ that Todd Blanche is running?
Senator, one of DOJ's greatest strengths historically has been its non-political career workforce of experts, people who are experts in their subject matter. That is crucial to keeping all of us safe. We need people who have specialization in things like national security, prosecuting child exploitation, all manner of sophisticated crimes involving cryptocurrency. Mr. Blanche has decimated the expertise of the career workforce. The Justice Department has lost over a quarter of its attorneys under his leadership and has not been able to replace them, certainly not with experienced, knowledgeable, non-political people.
I think the DOJ is very much losing its credibility. And as Mr. Ashcroft mentioned, credibility and trust in DOJ is very important. The rule of law is very important. We have a president who does not believe the rule of law applies to him, and his attorney, Mr. Blanche, is helping the president, proceed with his basically anti-rule of law agenda. I thank everyone for testifying today. Thank you.
Senator Booker.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.